I was born up here about 300 feet, and I lived here all my life. The first salmon I caught was right over there.
Wow.
Yeah, the first one I caught there. I used to go over there, and that was a great pool there. It's different now, but still a good pool. And I'd go over there in the evenings and mornings, and I'd get a fish quite often. I don't know, I guess it's just because it's home. And I've been on quite a few up in Newfoundland, the Humber River, and other, like all the rivers that join into this, and all the way down it. And from here up, it's a place that I like. Well, I've always worked pretty well. I trucked for about 11 years when I was younger, and I knocked off, but I always guided some every summer. But then I got back guiding again, and I finished up my life until I was 66, and I went to Rocky Brook, there, the last place. And before that, I worked for the Griffins, guiding there for years and years. Then I used to go into Rocky Brook when I used to go in there a saddle horse and go to the Salmon Falls, or in Clearwater, or not the Salmon Falls, it's that big place there anyway, on Rocky Brook.
Yes.
They used to go, Young Dan, they call it.
Young Town.
So they used to take them in there. They'd stay a week and come back and take another trip in. I retired when I was 66, but from guiding. Then I had a lot of good time fishing myself. That I loved the job, and I made some of the best friends I ever had. Well, I enjoyed everybody, but sometimes I remember their names, but that's about. I remember some fellow's name was Scribner.
Scribner.
Yeah, and he was him and his wife, you know. And they was just a lovely couple, you know. And he gave me good advice one time, and I never took it. He said, I'm going to send you back a diary. And I want you to keep running everything all your life. I was just a young fella, boat fishing. What time to get the fish, what time of the year, and all this stuff, but I never did. But that's your flooding. One time we was fishing in Rocky Brook. And there's a place called the Island Hole. You probably know where that is. The water runs over a log, and it's all just white foam there. There was 5 or 6 salmon laying up in there. And he was quite excited to fish that, you know. But you only could get about a 10-foot float. You just had to keep doing that. Eh?
Yeah.
So he fished there till he got tired. So then he wanted me to fish. So I said, okay, I'll fish. I said, just count the casts. See for a hook one, you know. So I made 99 casts. Right up in that exactly same place, and the salmon come up and grabbed that thing, just like the first time he saw it. And he was right there, and I gave him my rod, and we got the fish. With moose one time, he wanted to get some pictures of moose. This was one of them special men I guided. It was Joyce, Tom Joyce. He was a lawyer. But anyway, we was pulling up there at Moose Call, and I seen this moose in the cove, little cove there. There's no rocks, they're really easy going, eh? So I kept going handier, and he was trying to get up in the canoe a little, eh? So I was thinking I better not go much handier. So I was about 20 feet then. So but just then he saw me when I put the canoes up, stopped the canoes from drifting, and he just jumped and threw the water in my back over that hill. But anyway, he was getting pictures, you see.
Yeah.
And he went home, and if something happened, and then none of them come out.
Wow.
And he came right back again, and never seen a moose. We used a lot of the Griffins he had his own canoes. He made canoes, eh? He made a good canoe too. But the last one he made there was just about as good a canoe as there was on the water. Yes, I knew how to pull. I used to, when my father started off, he was doing fish warden a lot.
Okay.
So he'd go up to Burn Hill once every 3 weeks. So they take their turns. 3 weeks, you know. And that's where I learned to pole.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Sometimes he'd go ashore and let me take her away. And they had log canoe, the old log canoe. I remember one time I was guiding this Cecil fellow I was talking about, and we fished up at Salmon Falls that night, and we were getting pretty near dark. So I was itching to get him to try this little black fly, because I thought it might work. So anyway, the last thing I got that on, he hooked two and got one. And so the next morning he was going home. We'd up with sisters. So he was all set to try that little fly again. So we already had on the rod. So anyway, he went out. I took open the canoe that time because he threw it down there a couple of times. And he had a strike, and then he got another fish. Yes, I remember one down here. It was in the spring of the year. Just above the Woodville Bridge.
Yeah.
And there's a whole pile of trees just topped out in the river. You see, no water come rain, eh? But, so I was fishing just above that. We got a salmon on, and of course he went down underneath them trees.
Yeah.
There's no way you could get him. So I said, the only thing to do is cut the line. We might pick up down below. So I had a motorboat, you see.
Yeah.
So anyway, I cut the line, and the way she went, he felt bad. And we went down below, and the first thing we picked the line up and tied her on again, and went under another tree.
Oh.
So we had to cut it again. So next time we went right down below, and we got that line again, and they tied her on, and we got the fish. I just love to fish.